Hey everybody, welcome to the December 22nd episode of the Matt Daddy Weekly Roundup. Christmas weekend, well Monday's Christmas, but Christmas weekend. Hope everybody's getting all their stuff finished up in time for the holidays. Not sure about where you guys are, but where I am in Winnipeg, in the middle of Canada, usually we're full blown into winter here. A couple feet of snow, minus 30 and all that. And that's not happening this year. It's around zero. It's been on the plus side even. And there's basically no snow. We got like an inch that fell the other day. Barely anything. So Christmas feels a little weird around here, but no complaints. Let's jump into the books. First off, I'd like to thank our sponsors that help make the show possible. We got the guys over at 204 Comics. That's a local comic book store in Winnipeg. Great guys. Have a nice big presence on their online store as well too, so do check that out. They're going to be announcing either later today or tomorrow all their Boxing Day sales and that, so do check that out. It's always a pretty good one. And again, like we announced last week, we got Ablaze Publishing, Ablaze Comics has decided to sponsor us now a little bit. They will be sending their comics in advance for me to read, and I will get a chance to read them a little bit earlier and review them like I always do. So let's jump into that. Let's start off by looking at one of their books this week. I read this book last week, but I wanted to review it this week, so it did came out. We got The Agent from Ablaze. I like this book so far, pretty neat. It is about a young woman. She's a narcotics detective. She goes undercover and does a lot of work that way. And it turns out that maybe she is maybe hooked into some magic somehow, or is about to be introduced into magic and that. So she ends up trying to bust the guy, doing a drug bust in I think the subway, underground train system type of thing. And weird stuff happens during the breakdown, or I guess, and that during the bus. So the whole, herself included, but the whole podium where everybody's standing, everyone kind of goes crazy for a few minutes because this guy kind of uses some kind of almost like magic weed type of thing to make everybody kind of go crazy for a little bit. So looks like there's magic involved in that there too. So good start for that. We'll see where it goes from there. I liked it. It was pretty good. Blaze has got some good stuff. Look forward to reviewing more of their books in the future. All right, let's jump into some of the other books that I read digitally this week, starting off with some of the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. This issue 3. Been a fun series so far. Issue 3 has even gotten better than the first two in that. This, much like the next book I'm going to review, the Batman Santa one, they have no right to be as good as they have been. So really pleasantly surprised with that. And this one here is the Justice League. So you got all different members of the DC universe working together to fight against all these titans and that. All these titans, these Godzilla, King Kong type monsters, are being brought over from their dimension to the DC dimension because Toyman has a magical crystal to let him do that type of thing. So he's doing that to attack everybody. So it's really neat. It has a very similar feeling if anybody's watching the Monarch TV series that's on right now. I believe it's on Apple with Kurt Russell on that, whether it shows them fighting all these different titans and that. So pretty interesting there. I like it a lot so far. Do check it out. Like I said, it has no right to be as good as it has been. Great artwork and a great story as well too. So next we got Batman and Santa Claus Silent Night. Even though this does say it's a Batman title, it's kind of turned into more of a Justice League DC Universe type of thing with the Santa Claus. Santa Claus has known Batman for a long time. He helped train Batman to become like the hero that he is in that. So Krampus has kind of I wouldn't say formed like a Legion of Doom of his own, but he's gone and he's convinced all these other kind of magical baddies to, go out and attack the world, during Christmas and that. So you got all these DC characters working with Santa to attack or deal with all these attacking monsters. This issue, they happen to be all working against harpies and that. So interesting there. And again, great artwork from, I believe it's Dan Mora doing the artwork in there. Oh, no, Dan Mora. Yeah, it's Dan Mora, I believe. But I could be wrong on that. But great book so far. And again, a lot of fun. That silly enough being Santa and that, and much like the other ones being Godzilla and King Kong and that, but still serious enough and interesting enough to make it enjoyable. So definitely haven't been enjoying those. Another Batman title. We got the second issue of this Batman Off-World. Neat story, but kind of we've seen it done a bunch of other times, but this is just done in a different way. This is early Batman where he's trying to do whatever he can to learn to be better, better himself with his fight against crime, against evildoers. So he has snuck onto a alien spaceship. He blasted himself out into space and snuck onto an alien spaceship to learn how to fight better and learn how to train against aliens' weaknesses to be, for when alien invasions come to Earth and that. So he went there. He got captured right away because he's just a soft human. And for the last little while, he's been kind of living on the ship as a slave, almost slave worker or not. So they do all that stuff. It's kind of like a mining outfit, and he does slave type stuff. And at the meantime, in the downtime, he trains with these other aliens to become like the ultimate fighter that he is. Kind of has like a gladiator feel to it. Another book that I read digitally, and again, it shouldn't be as good as it has been because it's just so silly, but I have enjoyed it. We got issue 2 of Spider-Boy. This one here is a little bit of a holiday theme, so that's why I had to check it out. You got the Spider-Boy working with Captain America to take on Taskmaster, and again, going on in a holiday theme, so that's pretty fun there too. I enjoyed that one as well. So all these books are quite just fun. Not too serious fun, nothing too silly either, so it could be enjoyed just for yourself or for your family. All of these would be great for stockings. Last book I read digitally this week was from Marvel. We got the original X-Men. So we haven't seen these characters in a little while. These are the original ones from the 60s. They kind of get dragged around in different times depending on what they're needed for. The last time we saw them, they were in current time, and they all got sent back to the original time and had their minds wiped so they wouldn't know what was going on and have their knowledge of the future influencing their decisions. So we find them again now. There's a Phoenix from a different multiverse who needs their help to fight, of course, an evil version of Phoenix in that universe. So you got your typical story of the young X-Men coming and fighting older versions of themselves and then being returned back to their time and having their mind wiped. So there's only one issue of this, but it does lead into another story. Though it looks like there'll be another one-shot coming next month as well, but not the original X-Men. It'll be a different team. So check that out if you like it. Not bad so far. Of all the excellent stuff that's been going on in the last 5 to 10 years, I enjoyed the original X-Men stuff like this more than the current stuff that's going on. All right, let's jump into the stuff that I read physically this week and that. So we'll start off with some holiday themed stuff here from American Mythology Productions. We have 21st century Santa stories. So again, we got some holiday anthologies in here, a few different types of artwork and that depending on the story. And it's stuff, Santa stories with current themes to it. So the first one is about, what if Santa loses his job, what he has to live through with that. Second one is what if Santa, had to fight like demons and stuff. And then there's another one with Santa trying to get caught by some kids using a tracking app. So, just some fun stuff there. Nothing too gory or gruesome like some of the other Santa anthology stuff we've seen lately. So this one would be okay to go into a stocking for sure. 21st Century Santa Stories from American Mythology Productions. All right, from Image Comics, we have issue 2 of The Deviant. This is from James Tynion IV. This is that one where there's a Santa serial killer that's been on death row for like 40 years, 50 years type of thing. And he's always claimed to be innocent. He is also gay, so that's always been held against him as well too, because back then that was very looked down upon. And now there is a comic book writer who is trying to write a story and interview this guy for a book, and it's he's having a lot of hard time with it, with his own sexuality. He was gay as well, with also just the whole holiday thing. So at the same time this is going on, as it's going on, it seems like these Santa murders are happening again, even though this old guy is still in jail. So was he arrested falsely and imprisoned all these years falsely? Is this writer guy the new killer, kind of a copycat killer? Or is there a third option out there as well? So neat story so far, spooky as well. Definitely up your James Tynion style in that. But yeah, the serial Santa killer. Maybe the guy in jail did it, maybe he didn't, but there's still some nastiness going on, and it's all being connected and tied together now by this young comic book author, reporter dude. So great book so far. From Image, The Deviant. From Keenspot, we have a neat book called Spellweaver. We have a woman on the cover here. She is a young woman that is kind of works in the town, selling stuff with her brother and that. And as she's selling some rugs to a noble person, it turns out that there is looks like maybe vampires or a zombie infestation going on at the same time within the castle, and they're trying to deal with that. And she gets attacked by one of the nobles who are apparently sick, and but it's actually sick with this zombie or vampire disease. So as she's being attacked by that, she turns out to have these powers. Maybe she's a witch or something. So she actually manages to fight off the monster, and these people find her just as she's doing that, and they see that she's a witch. So I'm sure, being the back in those times, that she's going to have to deal with the repercussions of that, and for killing this noble, even though the noble was like a monster. So pretty neat book. Black and white. So I didn't realize that at first, but it doesn't bother me. But the same art on the cover is inside there, and which is really good. So do check it out. Spellweaver from Keenspot. From Vault Comics, we have Beyond Real. Vault has done this for a couple of their books lately. I forget what the other one was, but before they did it, and they're doing it with this issue as well too, that if you go to your LCS, you should be able to get this for free. They were giving out free copies of this to all the LCSs. So and it's worth getting, even if it wasn't for free. So this book is about an artist, this young woman named June, and her boyfriend are injured in a car accident. And she survives. Well, they both survive, but she survives with just minor injuries, I should say. And he is almost brain dead type of thing. He's been in a coma. He's severely hurt, so he'll never ever come out of it. And if he does, he'll be severely brain damaged. As she's at home recovering from all this, and that she starts to notice those strange things, and that things just don't seem to be real, and that it's almost like things you would see like glitches in the Matrix type of thing. So she starts kind of piecing this together, and she starts thinking, is this real, or is she going crazy in that? And then she starts realizing that reality isn't real. It's actually part of a program, and now she can kind of she's aware of it, and she can kind of control it. So she's trying to turn life around and get her, bring her boyfriend back to life. But she has to venture through this, like I said, through this programming world to to get this all done. So kind of has like that Labyrinth, Wizard of Oz type of feel thing, but with a little bit of the Matrix in there as well. So great start so far, especially for a free book. And yeah, some nice artwork in here too. Very, very realistic. Some great coloring in that too, especially when it comes to like her seeing the true reality compared to the programming that we all are a part of. So neat book from Vault. It's called Beyond Real. From Image, we have the next issue of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. So this is not the reboot that is part of the Energon universe with the Transformers and that. This is a continuation of the original series. So the one that started off at Marvel, and then for the last 100 issues or 150 issues of at IDW. Now they're picking it up here and then continuing on. Still has Larry Hama doing all the writing in that, so that's pretty amazing. So if anyone's an old school G.I. Joe fan, this is great. What happened in the end of the last issue was this kind of mutant alternating bomb type of thing went off on Cobra Island that Dr. Mindbetter and Serpentor were working on. And anybody who was exposed to the fallout is now kind of this superhuman zombie monster type thing, mutant. So half of Cobra has been turned into these monsters under the control of Serpentor, and the other half are in Springfield, bracing for from the impact of all this. And then you got all your G.I. Joe stuff going on in the background as well too. So at first I wasn't too sure if I thought I was going to like this or not, just with the kind of Walking Dead meets G.I. Joe and that type feel. But it's been okay so far, and I'll keep reading this because I've been a fan since the beginning. Pretty good book so far. Some great artwork, very realistic, lots of detail in that. But we'll see what happens with this, like I said, with this whole Serpentor and his zombie army now. So we'll see where it goes. From Scout Comics, we have this extra double thick, almost triple thick one shot here called Total Party Killer. We got some fun kind of cartoony art in here. This is definitely an adventure series, kind of set in like a D&D type setting. We have some heroes looking for a new member to take on a quest. They end up taking this woman, this human that is has no experience, and that's her right over here. No experience at anything, and I don't even know why they take her, but I guess they feel sorry for her and nobody else is left to take, so they end up taking her on this quest to rid the world of this dragon. And the whole time she's on this quest with them, she's always screwing up. She's getting people and party members killed all the time, helping them. She's supposed to be helping them do this, but ends up doing the opposite and that. So kind of like an Orko type of thing with He-Man and that, but great. Thought it was just going to be a silly story like that. And then it has a crazy twist at the end that I never, ever saw coming. So that's pretty awesome to see too. I'm sure and nobody will get it until they read the very last page. So fun book here. Definitely has like that, I won't say Rick and Morty feel to it because I haven't really seen that, but this stuff definitely has like more of a mature adult cartoon feel to it. But fun. I like that a lot. These have lots of great fun, colorful artwork in a D&D type of setting. So Total Party Killer from Scout Comics. From Dark Horse Comics, we got the first of three. This book called Borealis. Neat book here. I kind of liked it a lot, actually. It's about a woman that's being chased by these people, and she is, kind of almost like she has these powers that are influenced again by the Northern Lights, the Borealis, and that. So she again is a agent working on stings and that, and she is sent back home to Alaska, her hometown, where they're having some issues to deal with. And as she gets there, she ends up heading out to deal with these people, this incident out in the woods in Alaska there, and again, and the whole party kind of gets attacked by the almost like these lights and that. So what this is, we don't really know. In that, she is somehow connected. Yeah, but neat spooky story. Definitely reminds me of something that you would see an episode of the X-Files on. Pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Borealis. From Image, this is part of their massive verse. So you got your Radiant Black and your Lucky Dead and all those characters in that. So this has a story. These are all stories involving the Shift character and his team that he ends up making up. It collects the first 4 stories are all collected from the Image anthology stuff from last year, and then there's a new story in the back as well that involves this character too. Shift is kind of this this guy that has this power suit, this armor that lets him do a lot of different things, like manifest weapons and transport or teleport and that. And he has it shows him putting together a team of other people with similar suits and that technology-wise as well too. So it kind of has like this Ocean 11's feel to it, where this guy's putting together a team of other criminals and agents and stuff like that they're going to use all this kind of this technology to do jobs and that. So definitely pretty neat. I liked it. I wasn't aware of this character too much at all, actually, but I could follow it, and it's interesting enough. I might check it out a little bit more. Shift. From Tom King and Boom, we kind of gave a quick review of this a few weeks ago because we were lucky enough to get an ash can from this. This is Animal Pound. This is a story of cats and dogs, animals in a pound staging the breakout. So it kind of has that animal farm to it, Animal House feel to it. Very, very wordy. Lots of exposition in that because from Tom King, but at the same time too, it makes it worthwhile because again, you need a lot of description and a lot of words and a lot of feelings put into to describe how these animals are feeling, because they're just animals and they don't talk and that. So, but like I said, it's about these cats and dogs working together to escape from the pound, and it's pretty sad feeling a lot of times too, as you would imagine. So. Pretty good book. I enjoyed it so far. Neat book. I enjoyed it. I don't know. It kind of shows them breaking out at the end, so I don't know how much farther the story will go. Obviously, it is a mini-series in that, but pretty cool so far. So we've seen other books like this. We don't know, Stray Dogs, Animal Castle. That's another one in that. So. And lastly, from Scout Comics, we have the 13 Origins Pyroclast, and this is part of their Chispa line. It's a line of 13 heroes, and they're all of Mexican or Mexican-American descent, and they're all kind of young people who are kind of like the X-Men in that, where they're manifesting their powers. And this one is the origin story of one called Pyroclast. He's an 18-year-old guy. He's just graduated high school. He's the quarterback in that. And he starts to realize that he has these powers where he turns into like this molten rock creature. Turns out his mother had that issue too, and it kind of destroyed her because she didn't learn to control it and that. So his family is aware of it. So now they're going to help him deal with it. Hopefully he deals with it in a positive way, not like his mother who let it kill her and take him out of her life and that. I don't mind this book at all. My only concern, my only complaint is, and I'm sure a lot of you probably thought it as soon as you saw this guy looks like the Thing no matter what. They could have changed his appearance even though slightly, make him look less, even though he's molten rock type, make him look like a different type of rock instead of looking like the Thing. Here to me, he looks like the Thing with no lips. So unfortunately, hope maybe they'll change that, make him more kind of lava looking, or just change the rock appearance a little bit, or even just change the costume or something. So make him look anything a little less than Ben Thing looking, Ben Grimm, I should say. But otherwise, these 13 origin stories have all been pretty cool. We've reviewed a couple of them, and we'll get some other ones. So I enjoyed it, besides the fact that he looks too much like Ben Grimm, the Thing. So I'm surprised that even, the comic company even let him do that with, because again, I'm sure everybody thinks this guy looks like the Thing no matter what you do. Like, yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. Even in here too, the next issue there's like, he's a little bit more fiery, so that's a little bit better. Or compared to here, he just looks like a Thing. So all right, everybody, that's what I thought about some books that I thought were worth reading and checking out this week. No FOC this week because of the Christmas break and that, so don't have to worry about that till the week afterwards. Otherwise, you guys have a great Christmas. I don't know if there'll even be a book review next week. We'll see what happens in that. If not, there'll be some kind of video. But definitely, I'm not sure about a new book review or not. Otherwise, you guys enjoy your Christmas and that. We will see you all next time. Take care.